Hello and welcome back. Well, for today, I have a couple news for you regarding the upcoming event in March and regarding the upcoming characters in the new March event. And well, we even have a name for the event. We even have like the name of one of those characters that will be released, while the other one is pretty much still under discussion who it might be. And a third character coming potentially somewhere after the March event, maybe around summer. That's my pretty much my own speculation. So regarding the event, well, like we had Narval, like we had Fallen Star, we will have this event, which name will be shown in pictures over here in a moment. And well, it's good that the developers are keeping up with the freshness and they're keeping up with the major events in the game. Pretty much all events so far were pretty good. All of them are pretty much tied up with the story in one way or another, and all of them pretty much tell us a story on their own that pretty much is relevant to the story, to the main story. And well, here in a second, we are going to be seeing the picture of the new event, and also I'll be discussing about the new characters as well, since previously I was kinda correct about the new characters, and of course there's a surprise, by the way, a really big surprise that I was personally surprised as well. So, Eternal Engine, that's the new event. Well, pretty much it's probably going to take place in the desert, as you can see, somewhere in Africa or somewhere in those more warm countries. There is quite the possibility that the event that we will have stages on this train that you can see here. There is a high chance that we will have to fight on that train, or might be even inside the train while the train is moving. So that pretty much means if they have trains, that means there is some form of a population still living there, which is really interesting. Really interesting to see who those people might be, or who those structures might be. And overall, there will be a second picture coming up here, which we are slowly progressing towards the point where the character will be shown. And as we can see here, we are still at the railroad tracks, pretty much. The weather is kinda funky. I'm curious if that's a acid rain. And in the next picture here you can see the name of the location is Akidel. Did I pronounce it right? Akider, yeah. That's the location's name, I believe, or could be the name of the train. But I pretty much guess that that's the location name. Pretty much somewhere in the Middle East, I would assume, or in one of the warmer countries, somewhere in northern Africa. And well, honestly, that's not a bad thing. I am personally excited about that. And well, as the video progresses, we are going to be greeted with a new character, which I pretty much suspect will be a... Well, there's the talk, will she be a rank or will she be an S rank? My guess, honestly, would be that we will be getting either one S and one A, or two A-class characters, since to pop up two S-class characters is honestly not a good idea. And that's pretty much my guess. This new character might be A rank, while the second character will be S rank, based on their pretty much design. I would assume that pretty much mostly based on their physical design, which you will see what I mean when you see the next character. And overall, we will see how the event overall will be, since if you remember when we saw Narval, the presentation of that event was epic. In the forms of the event was looking absolutely amazing, and I was pleasantly surprised by how they achieved to do that at such an early stage. Well, next what's coming up is the character scene where the character first appears. And if you remember, when I talked about the new potential brawler class, well, I was pretty damn close. When I say pretty damn close, well, in the pictures we'll talk instead of me when you see what I mean. This is the new character, and the picture on the bottom left is from the cutscene. And as you can see here, the character has 4 bloody legs. Holy shit. That's some General Grievous type of stuff. And, well, we don't see any weapons on her hands. What that could mean is that she didn't have those weapons included, or, well, it's just a cinematic trailer. On the bottom right you can see the character that was leaked, that I found, which shows a pretty similar design, but there are a couple differences between the costume and between the heroine. And here another clearer picture of the character. As you can see, she does have some form of bonus arms on her, and I suspect that might be for claws. And on the right picture, another leak that I saw, pretty much same character. And on that picture, we don't see the extra hands, but we see some structures that are pretty similar to those hands. So that is the new upcoming character, pretty much at this point confirmed. So that's gonna be interesting to see how she will overall perform and what her weapon might be. Well, I assume claws, like I pretty much almost am sure that her weapons are going to be claws, mostly because those claws are what so far the leaks have suggested. And, well, I mean, we will see. Who knows, maybe she whips out like 4 lightsabers and starts to spin them around like General Grievous does in Star Wars. I mean, Kuro definitely gets inspiration from different machines, and if you watch Star Wars, you pretty much know who General Grievous is. Like, he is that cyborg with pretty much mechanical body with only a couple of vital organs still alive. So, what I assume they got inspiration from him, and, well, will be interesting to see her backstory and overall what made her the way she is, since I suspect that's gonna be interesting and fun. Oh well, progressing towards the next part. Now the next part will be, I'll be showing the other character that also was included in the PV. And, well, that new character might be familiar to you, and that's why the controversy who it might be. People are talking about, well, we're not at that part. Oh, alright, my apologies. This is the part where I should talk about the overall scenery. Well, this is the scenery, by the way. Pretty much Middle Eastern type of scenery, and it will be interesting to see where this goes. What I personally assume, we are somewhere in Iran or Iraq, around that parts of the continent. And so far, event looking pretty good, I will say. Event is looking pretty good, and am I hyped? Well, I have that, like, how do you call it? I have that, like, experience from other games where being too hyped is not a good thing. And I'm excited, but I'm not hyped for it. I will play it, of course. Like, I can't wait to play it. Let's be real here. I can't wait to play this event, since pretty much they so far are somewhat original with their work. And, well, you enjoy it, I enjoy it, so I will play it. Well, now since I made that little mistake about showcasing the character, now I owe you a explanation on the character before we actually reach the pictures. I say controversy about the character. Well, that character pretty much is almost confirmed to be Bianca. I'm not quite sure if she will be an S rank, but judging by the way she looks, like her physical appearance, I would say she might be a S rank. That's what my sixth sense is telling me, that she will be the S rank, while the first character will be A rank, since, well, she didn't look like an S rank, to be honest, while Bianca definitely here looks like an S rank. And, well, Bianca, it's not quite confirmed. The overall, like, her body, the big ass anime titties are definitely Bianca level, okay. Her hair is also quite there, but some people have mentioned that her hair kinda doesn't look like Bianca, but at the same time it kinda does. So if you ask me, that is Bianca definitely. That's her pretty much her physical appearance, her body. But in the end, you should be open-minded. Who knows? Maybe it's a new character, but it's pretty much Bianca, if you ask me. Since well, she's using a bow, as we can see here in one of these pictures here, and well, on the upper left corner you can see the what appears to be Bianca and her giant enormous enemy titties, of course. Now, as you can see in the scenery, she is pretty much on the train. So I suspect that's where I got this. Well, that's where I guessed that we will be fighting on a moving train. Can't wait to play that. That's gonna be amazing. I can definitely tell you that. Overall, her costume, by the way, her costume looks S-rank somewhat. I don't know if that's pretty much because I played too many games where S-ranks have that type of costume or something, but that's what my initial instincts tell me, that this is the S-class structure that we'll be getting. And like I said, she is using a bow, and bows are pretty much common, and bows are pretty much the main weapon for Biancas in the game. So if you ask me, second character definitely Bianca, but of course there is that shred of possibility that it might not be Bianca. And overall, the story will pretty much explain to us why she is there at all, like what made her go here, since she pretty much is, what I'm aware of, she is hunting down traitors, and I don't know who betrayed them to go this way, but to go pretty much to that place, but we will see. That's for the story to explain, and we still didn't play the story. We still wait for like couple weeks, we will see. Now there's going to be more pictures coming up, of course. I'll be showing you the character from pretty much all sides that are shown in the video. And well, there you can see her from the back, and as we can see, she's using a bow. And well, again, the costume's appearance is telling me that this is a S-class structure. Could be the opposite, of course. This is just what my initial taste is telling me. And of course you can see the background, the overall desert type of area. Although I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that's the sun, okay. And that's the train. She's on the train from the first picture that I showed on the start of the video. And well, pretty much meaning that there is some form of a settlement still on the planet despite the virus going on in their world. And that makes me think, is that settlement made out of structures or out of humans? Since I know humans pretty much abandoned the planet on the Ark and they're in orbit or in outer space. So that's pretty interesting to see who actually left there. What I suspect, what I honestly suspect, is a combination between structures and humans, pretty much living in that place over there where we are heading at. Although, honestly, kinda interesting to see the train, since if you remember, if you look at the train more carefully, you could see that the train had some form of battering ram protection on its on its front, which means that train might be offensive. Like that train might be sent to bring down a wall. And on the on the lower right end of the screen, you can see more of Bianca. Also, what the fuck is that behind her? Looks like a huge eye. Might be a new boss. Well, I suspect what people in the Discord server have been talking about. That might be a new boss, a new huge floating eye boss. We will see about that. Definitely could be a new boss, although I'm not quite sure why the boss is strapped down on that train. Definitely feels like a invasion of some sorts, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we have that train that looks like a battering ram, pretty much high speed heading somewhere, and on the train we have Bianca, and on the train we have some huge chained up monster for some weird reason. Interesting. I don't know, this story so far looking pretty good. And well, is this the last picture? Oh, there are two more pictures coming up. Nice. But pretty much you'll see. All of them will be the confirmation on when the event is pretty much arriving. And honestly, the time will pass quickly. So I guess prepare your downloads, prepare your phones. I pretty much have installed Android 9 on my old phone, another custom ROM. We'll test this game out on that phone as well. And here one of the epic pictures that we had in the video. What is that thing in the background? Looks like some form of a ship, and this we see the new, what I assume Bianca standing in front of it in the desert, kind of Irish hangar or platform. And if that in the background is a boss, it's gonna be epic. But at the same time, it could be just a ship. And who or what is on that ship? Well, I guess we will find out on the event. Also, looks like a train, since it has that line below it, but I assume that's a ship. We will see. And well, like I said, 2020, March, alright. Well, May, February, March, yeah, March, yeah, that's the next month. Almost read that May. Oh man, I almost made a mistake there. Well, anyway, pretty much that's the confirmation date on when this event will be live. And well, I am excited about it. And should you be excited about the event? Well, definitely. I feel like this event will bring new things to the game, which will make the game a lot more fun to play. And well, we will see. Like the update is on the 17th of next month, pretty much 1 to 3 weeks from now, around 3 weeks. It's not too long. Like the time will pass quickly. And well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Hope that you have fun in this game as much as I do, since this game is truly fantastic. And well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.